The WaterLine network in Stepford County Railway has been around since, well, 2017. So in today's video, I'm going to go over how WaterLine got to this point, and why there's a massive Oasis knockoff at Cambridge Street Parkway. So let's get started. The first part of WaterLine was the route between Benton and Greenslade, with a stop at the existing Port Benton, then Morganstown Docks and Whitney Green. The only trains used on the line at the time were the classes 165 and 166. Remember, this was long before the time of trains with interiors, so they were just paper models. This was all the way back on the 16th of December 2017. Just 5 days later, there was an expansion up to Newry Harbour. This meant there are 3 routes, all of which originated at Greenslade. The Class 387 was also transferred from Connect to WaterLine. One key thing to note about this is that WaterLine had opened as a sub-franchise of Connect. You may have seen this on the station signs from these old screenshots. It wasn't until version 1.5 that they broke away from Connect, so it's essentially just a darker version of Connect at this time. April 21st, 2018 brought the full release of Stepford County Railway, where it emerged from its beta stages. WaterLine had some large changes at this time. There was an extension up to Connolly, branching out of Benton, with the Newry Harbour route being diverted there, and another new route originating from Newry. New trains included the Class 171, 319 and 701, more on that later, and the operator received a new logo to display on its trains. It still displayed Connect on the station signs, and the logo included the message, "Part of your Connect service." On the 4th of August, a Class 323 was added to the Bowden Train Care Showcase, branded with WaterLine livery. This is an interesting case, since it never ended up being implemented into the game, similar to the Connect Class 365. The 18th was when SCR hit 1 million visits, and so a fictional Class 730 was added with a special livery commemorating the milestone. I say fictional since there were very few reference images of the 730 at the time, due to the train not having been built yet. Only a concept design exists as a reference. A while later, on the 31st of December, version 1.1 added the James Street branch to WaterLine. This came along with a refurbishment of the 165 and 166, plus upgrades to Newry Harbour and Faraday Road. Along with the branch came some tracks beyond James Street that led to an unnamed station. What I'm showing here is old footage, and it has since been removed. And yes, we're still waiting for the James Street extension. Oh, and rest in peace Class 701, being removed since it didn't really fit on the line, and since it resembled the Class 720 too much. Then came version 1.3 on the 14th of May, where the new next generation trains started rolling out. WaterLine had a new Class 508, which was rolled out successfully. And so began the rollout of each and every train upgrade. The interiors of these original NG trains were quite simple, with the 508 model remaining the same even today. The Class 387 was transferred over to AirLink on the 8th of June, with a brand new Class 379 with full interiors replacing it. The 171 came next on the 31st of August, followed by a long wait, then the upgraded Class 319 was previewed. It wasn't part of 1.4 though. In fact, absolutely nothing happened to WaterLine in 1.4. It wasn't actually until 1.4.1 on the 22nd of February 2020 that some changes were made, including the actual release of the new Class 319, some minor changes to Benton and—
Wait, no, that's not Port Benton, that's West Benton!
And a few much needed scenery changes between Whitney Green and Greenslade. Oh yes, and a new
195
is added. 1.5 came next on the 1st of May, where WaterLine had finally broken away from Connect as an independent company. This meant it needed a new livery, and so most trains had a livery upgrade. The Class 165 and 166 were upgraded to Next Gen version 2, with a new double Class 165 being available to drive. WaterLine's latest expansion was revealed on the 22nd of June, with some trains running on the Morganstown shuttle. This was released as part of version 1.6 just 2 days later. The new route ran from Benton to Morganstown, with the siding at Morganstown finally becoming functional. And with that, the disused bridge finally had a purpose, after being on the map for so long. 1.7 came around on the 29th of October 2020, which brought a station upgrade to Benton, as well as an additional siding, and a mesh train upgrade for all the Electrostars, including the Class 379 for WaterLine. Though this was a large update for the game in general, WaterLine was seemingly being ignored, as it had always been portrayed as a bad network. This all changed on the 22nd of January 2021, where Charlie gave us an option to vote between the James Street extension and a new Connect branch. WaterLine won with quite a large overall majority, but more on that in a bit. 1.7.1 included an upgrade to Greenslade, and a while later, 1.7.4 updated the Class 171 to its mesh counterpart that we know today. all was quiet for WaterLine, up until recently when 1.8 released on the 5th of December 2021. For WaterLine, there were upgrades to Morganstown Docks, Port Benton, Connolly, and Cambridge Street Parkway. This also added the notorious Wondermore sign, from which Trainspotting Mayhem made a hilarious rip-off song out of. And yes, Connect was extended instead of WaterLine, although Charlie revealed in the latest Q&A that they wish to upgrade and extend the James Street branch along with a major overhaul of the airport, so that's something to look forward to. Finally, in 1.8.1, a new Class 143 was added, even if it didn't have the ability to bounce around like mad like it did in real life. This is the point we're up to today, and so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, because I probably have with such a complex history. So, see you in the next video, and goodbye.